is just taking up space, which your computer does best. Who makes the worst computers? And what does that mean for where you should put money in this space? A lot of people are looking for a stat to find out how to make money with the likes of Dell and HP. We'll tell you how coming up on Street Science. All right, still to come. We told you we were going to tell you the worst computers when it comes to repair statistics. Knowing that could help you make some very good investment decisions. And that interview is next before we go on Street Science. We'll be back. So who makes the best computers and who makes machines that will simply drive you nuts because they break down so much and they're not very good at fixing them? RESCUECOM is out with a new survey that details the best and worst of the computer makers. David Millman is the founder and CEO of RESCUECOM. Thanks so much for joining us, David. So let's get straight to it. Maybe there's not some surprises at the top here, but what are the worst computer makers when it comes to customer service and repairs?
Well, Erin, thank you for having me on your show. RESCUECOM is a national computer service and repair company, and for years I've been getting questions, and our 500 technicians have been getting questions from customers that have been looking for who's the best to buy as far as PCs, who should I invest my money in. And so what RESCUECOM came up with was the RESCUECOM Computer Reliability Report. And what we mean by reliability is we're referring to technology and to service.
Right.
So this report came up, and we've released it, and the top of the list is, of course, IBM and Apple.
IBM and Apple, and those are the ones where you've got the least complaints, the least number of repairs, right? They're the best.
Right. This study was taken out of 20,000 calls to our 1-800-RESCUE-7 number, people calling in for computer service, and the top was IBM and Apple. Trailing behind was HP Compaq, Dell, and Gateway, and of course there are others that are just the numbers are not great, and they don't perform as well.
So what's the takeaway here, David? I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. We are short on time, but we look here at Apple and IBM Lenovo. Not only do they have the least issues with repairs, but compared to their market share, they're doing better than the other companies. So is the takeaway here that Apple and IBM Lenovo are going to gain market share at the expense of Dell and Hewlett-Packard?
Well, what's interesting is that IBM and Apple have always focused on the quality of their products, whereas HP, Compaq, Dell, Gateway, the others are more focused on market share. So that means when you've got $400 computers, you really don't have any money in there for service or great technology components. And that's where the challenge has been for these companies. So it's not in being able to deliver the technology and the service, whereas Apple and IBM are more in tune to doing that.
All right. Well, it's an interesting study. Thanks very much, and certainly some good news there for Apple and IBM. Thanks very much for joining us, David Millman, and that's it for Street Science. It's time now for the closing bell with Maria Bartiromo at the NASDAQ, Dylan's at the big board.